Basically, our sovereignty movement at the beginning of the war asked ourselves, how can we add for the victory? And then we realized that everybody wants victory, but then we asked, what is victory? What does it mean? And then we read Guy Bechor, who was one of the commentators, he was the first one to talk about the fact that at the end of the war, he hears that America is intent on handing over Gaza to the Palestinian Authority. That is when we completely were in shock, and we understood that somebody has to raise the voice that there is no victory without Israeli control over Gaza. It's inconceivable that our sons and daughters will endanger their lives in a challenging and demanding war only to be the silver platter upon which Gaza will be handed over to whether the PA, who is no different than Hamas, or the UN, or Saudi, or anything else. So that is our campaign, and we try to sum that up in 3 words. That first we have to carpet bomb Gaza, that's demolish. Don't send our boys in before we bomb them. There's no point. Then enter. And then remain in Gaza, because that's my last sentence for this question. Without Israeli control over Gaza, victory will not be considered a real victory. The struggle is for the land. Our enemies will only feel they have been defeated if they lose land, which was never theirs in the first place. May we all remember, now, Gaza is Eretz Israel.
When you talk about the importance of maintaining Israeli control over the Gaza Strip, you're also talking about renewing Jewish settlement there, right?
At a later stage, definitely there is that is Zionism, and we made what happened a month ago is because over the years we have been given away parts of our land, foolishly thinking that giving away land will give us security, when it's exactly the opposite. When the enemy, who wants all of our land, sees that we are willing to give away land, they only want more. And the only answer is to return to those areas that were ours to begin with and that we took over. So first we will start with military rule, obviously, and then we will renew Jewish communities who will be the ones who will be defending the Otef Aza, the kibbutzim, etc. Like Judea and Samaria, we are here because it's ours, and also we defend Tel Aviv and Gush Dan. So the only way there will be real victory is when Israeli rule will be restored there. We will return there. We'll be in control, first militarily, and then the army doesn't stay if there's no civilians, because that is a known fact. And because it is ours and it is the land of Israel, then there's no reason not to renew it, Jewish life there, and make it one of the most beautiful areas that it always was till the horrible 2005 summer.
This war has proved, even more than previous wars, the importance for Israel of international legitimacy and international support, particularly when it comes to the Americans. You know surely that if the Israeli government even mentioned the return of bringing back Jewish residents to the Gaza Strip, that support would end overnight.
First of all, Israel did many things without international legitimacy and afterwards received the okay, whether it's the creation of the State of Israel, when we had strong leaders, whether it was the bombing of the Oz Iraq. When we have to do what is good for the Jews, and then the world has to accept it. If we have strong leaders, they will accept it. We're talking now about a return, first a military return of the Gaza Strip, a military return, and soon we also have elections in America, and hopefully those who will be elected in America will understand that we also need, for the benefit of America, we need Israel to control Gaza. We have to understand that it is not only in the interest of Israel that we should control there and return Jewish life there, but the main slogan in the Arab world is first the Saturday people, then the Sunday people. First we get rid of the Jews, then we get rid of the Christians. If anybody thinks that it's only us here on the plate, then they're mistaken. Every mosque in Europe, in London, in Brussels, everywhere, are now planning already to do the same, first to the Jews and then to the Christians. So if we show that we are strong here and that we don't let those monsters who did what they did a month ago, if we don't punish them, if they don't feel the iron fist of Israel, then God forbid it will continue not only in Israel, but also all over Europe, who they're dreaming to turn into Eurabia.
The minute Israel is in militarily controlling the Gaza Strip, they become responsible for the 2.3 at the moment million Palestinians living there. probably going to rise to 5 million in 30, 40 years. Is this a burden the state of Israel can take on?
Absolutely not. There's not going to be 2.3 or not 1.9, as I heard. It doesn't matter. It's a big number. Israel is now going to work, hopefully, after the war, to make sure that all those people demonstrate in the world for those Gazans, that they take them in. Those are refugees who should be taken in by the different countries who are now who care so much about those people. If they care so much about those people, they have to take them in.
What would you say to people who would describe this vision as fantasy?
I describe this vision as having learned from the Allied forces of how they brought peace to Europe. They bombarded and carpet bombed Dresden, and they spread millions of Germans all over, and they made a very clear message. The Nazi rule will be finished forever, and there's not going to be any of the supporters. So I learned my moral behavior from those British and those Americans who did what they do. To bring peace, you have to erase evil. And that is what Israel has to do.